Trinity House is a 36 residential transition home for homeless men who suffer from drug addiction.
I started on coke. My brother Nelson, he turned me on the coke. Also, he turned me on the heroin.
I've never tried it before, but I don't know what made us want to buy cocaine. I guess it was because it was fashionable then to do cocaine, so.
I remember my first drink was Red Rooster wine. And I remember the first time I drank it, I started singing, and I felt good, and I felt like these guys cared about me. But I hung out with them for so long that we started getting in gangs, and getting gang fights, and starting riots and stuff, and having turf wars. So during that process, I used to smoke a little marijuana, do a little hashy, you know. And right then it wasn't as bad as it became.
One day I came home after being out for 4 days. At that time, my daughter was 2 years old. And when I wasn't under influence, she would run to me, jump all over me, be all over me. But when I'm under the influence, she wouldn't come nowhere near me. And one day when I walked in the house after being high for 3 days, went in the street, you know, I came in the house and she looked at me. My 2-year-old daughter looked at me like she seen a ghost, like I was a monster. And she ran. And it had to take that and for my wife to say to me, look, your daughter don't even want to come to you.
I know it affected my mother, it affected her, and it affected my brothers and sisters, but luckily for me, my brothers and sisters and my mother didn't really see me too much when I was on drugs because I was in jail a lot or I was in the street. So when they got a chance to see me, which was rarely, you know, I would try to make myself look presentable, even if I wasn't presentable.
While we was there and I was out that night, I had this bright idea. And the bright idea was, I didn't have any money. I know where it is selling dope at. Let me go rob them. So I got with another guy, and he gave me a pistol. And in Savannah, Georgia, commenced to rob them, took all the dope. All I wanted was the crack, I didn't want the money. But I ended up with the money and the crack. I went to another guy's house and we sit down and we smoked up all the crack that night. And it was a couple of days before I went back home to the room, and my wife wondered what was happening to her, and I never really told her. So I remember I think it was one Wednesday or Thursday, I went to go to work and I went to try to find some work and I couldn't find any, so I came back. In the process of coming back, and I went into this lady who we were renting the house from, and I was upstairs telling her I couldn't get a job. The lady of the house said, called me downstairs, and as I was coming downstairs, the guys who I robbed threw down on me. I had 3 guns drawn on me, and they wanted their money back. They wanted everything. I got ready to run, and they said that's what they want me to do. They want to go ahead and kill me. But in the process, I called my mom, got her involved. She said she'll pay them. They split us up while she was getting the money. And after they left, that's when I found out they raped my wife. And that was the most hurting thing I ever went through.
But after repeated times, you know, like of raising folks' hopes and then letting them down, all you can do is give it time and be patient and stuff. And Just basically you have to show them. But that's something that takes a whole lot of time, and you got to be patient and don't expect when you get your life together or you become clean and sober that folks going to roll out a red carpet and greet you and say, okay, welcome back. It's not that simple, because some wounds take time to heal.